is I think almost everybody in America agreed on the idea of eventually leaving Afghanistan. Left, right, middle. It was a very small percentage of people in America that didn't want to leave Afghanistan, and they wanted to stay because they thought it would have taken a long time to shift the mindset of folks in Afghanistan. Where did we go wrong with the way we left Afghanistan recently?
Well, the entire exit strategy of the United States has collapsed. And I would say, Patrick, that they did not have any kind of an idea of how soon the Taliban is really going to take over. And that's where we begin. Now, nobody is saying that the United States should not have gone out. Yes, there's been a larger consensus that yes, there needs to be an exit. Let's face it, United States was not in Kabul or in Afghanistan for nation building. It was not there for governance. It was not there to, in fact, have a democratically elected government or have a conducive atmosphere for elections to take place. It was there to fight the Al-Qaeda and perhaps the larger nexus of the terror groups that have their epicenter in Afghanistan's neighborhood, in Pakistan. So that's where the United States has collapsed. It has collapsed not just in the understanding of the Taliban, on its understanding of the Pakistan, of its understanding of the ethnic groups and their divide within Afghanistan, but also how there is perhaps United States collapse of policy on Afghanistan, on Pakistan, and this entire region. I say this because military on one hand is doing something else. The diplomats are doing entirely different. So they're trying to convince the Afghan people that their every step is Afghan-led, is for the people of Afghanistan. But to the contrary, what happens on ground is we see the same brutality. Taliban in power, exactly what was happening when the 9/11 attacks happened. What we see, Patrick, is again, those gory visuals, you remember, of that, aircraft of the Air Force at the Kabul airport, running away, almost fleeing, the Kabul Hamid Karzai International Airport, and people trying to escape. Imagine what would be going through their minds that they're climbing the wings of that aircraft to just escape that land somehow. And that is where the US has completely collapsed or shattered. Over the last 2 years, Zalmay Khalilzad and US diplomats kept saying that we have a plan, we have a strategy, we know where we are going, we absolutely have an idea, but the reality now is what the history will remember is the United States betrayed every Afghan that stood for democracy, that stood for progress, that stood for better ties with the United States, but they felt completely abandoned.
So if you like this little short clip from an interview I did, click over here to watch the entire interview. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.